So it has only been 3 months and she's already making 50% from McDonald's. So that is very impressive. I was actually wowed by that when I was chatting with her. So then that's why I want to create this video for you. Because once you learn how to look at the market, then you can actually apply that skill to any stock, any market around the world as well. Eric here, and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about Stacey's latest trade. How Stacey made 50% from McDonald's in 3 months. My name is Eric and I'm a long-term investor. And Stacey is one of the students within my coaching program called Investing Accelerator. And at first, she didn't know how to invest in the market, and the only thing she ever invested in was bonds in the UK, which only made around 1 to 2%. After she has gone through Investing Accelerator, the coaching program, in 4 weeks, she learned how to find her own investments, and she learned how to invest long term. Today, she posted the result within a Facebook message, and you can see that she is up 50% in McDonald's, and she's going to wait till it hits 220 before she sells, and she entered in November 5th. As of the time I'm recording this video for you is actually 2020 January. So it has only been 3 months and she's already making 50% from McDonald's. So that is quite impressive, and we're going to dive into this investment a little bit better so we can understand how you can do it too, what is the secret, and so on. Now, a little bit background about Stacey. Stacey, she is a consultant in San Francisco right now, and she used to live in UK. And before she met me, she actually used to invest in UK bonds, generating around 1% to 2% a year. So not a lot. They are called premium bonds in UK. Now, after she went through Investing Accelerator, the coaching program, she made 33% from Starbucks, and she also made 40% from Disney in 11 months. So you can see her testimonial here at 5minuteinvesting.com/Stacey. She recorded her video after her first successful trade, and this is her 4th or 5th successful trade now. So let's look at McDonald's. McDonald's is a very famous company. You probably know it if you're watching this video, and it's public in the US stock market and has been public for a long time, and generally it gives a very good year-to-year return. If you look at the stock ticker symbol, MCD, then you're going to find the stock price in the beginning of each year for 2016 is around $116. Then it grew to 121 in January 2017, and then it grew to 173, which is quite a big jump, and then it grew to 181, and then 214 as of 2020 January. So you can see that the growth has been amazing. It's pretty rapid, but it's not like Stacey where she can generate 50% in 3 months. So how does she do that? And Stacey, she started out without an investing background. She never worked in an investment bank before. She's a consultant. She does have a CPA, which gives her an advantage, but she doesn't know how to invest in the stock market until she met me. So if you look at the MCD stock price, the McDonald's stock price, then you're going to find that in 2016, the growth was around 4%. And that is pretty average because when you look at the stock market, the average return is 7% year over year for the last 30 years. So this is slightly below average. And then if you look at the 2017 return, then it's 42%. So that is really good. That's way above the S&P 500 performance there. And then afterwards, in 2018, performance is 4% again. It's slightly below the market. In 2019, it grew another 18%. So if you invest in McDonald's, let's say in any of these years for 12 months, your return will be less than 50%. And Stacey is able to make 50% in 3 months. Let's say you're lucky and you invested in the beginning of January 2017 and you exited in the January of 2018, then you'll be making 42%, which is kind of the maximum. So if you are a long-term investor and you have a balanced portfolio and then you just have MCD as one of your stock, then even your best year will be 42%. Now, of course, if you invest from 2016 to 2020, then your return will be much higher. It's almost double. But then this will take around 4 years. And in that case, that will be 48 months instead of 3 months. And Stacey is able to make 50% in 3 months. So that is very impressive. I was actually wowed by that when I was chatting with her. So then that's why I want to create this video for you. So when you look at the growth of the stock price for the last 2 years, so from January 2018 all the way to 2020, you can see that the growth is approximately 22%. So it's not that much because S&P 500 during this time actually grew around 30-something percent. So if you're looking at that and you're thinking to yourself, how can Stacey generate 50% in 3 months? And if you observe the year-over-year gain and you're a long-term investor, you'll actually miss this opportunity. So to put things into perspective, like I mentioned earlier, the stock market grows on an average 7% a year, compounding. Stacey's return of 50% in 3 months is actually the equivalent of her investing in an ETF fund with a 7% return for 6 years. So instead of waiting 6 years, she made 50% in 3 months. And she's a long-term investor. She's not a day trader, so don't get me wrong. Now, here is actually the chart of an S&P 500 5-year return. So if you invest in an index fund for 5 years, you should expect a return approximately 56%. This is the benchmark. So if you get less than 56%, then yeah, you need to revise your strategy. For Stacey, she made 50% in 3 months. So you can see the amount of time it takes for you to make this return in index fund versus the amount of time it takes Stacey to make the same return is quite different. So that's why I actually don't invest in ETF funds. So how does she do it? I'm quite sure you guys are very curious, so then you want to know exactly how she did it. So let's dive into the chart. And in this chart, you can see that the price for McDonald's has been going up, and the trend is very strong. There are a lot of different ways to look at the market, and I actually go through this in detail within my training program, but essentially, using what I taught Stacey, she's able to identify the bottom for McDonald's right here. And she got in at around $195, and then afterwards, she held this stock for 3 months. And then right now, the current price is $213. You can see that this is actually the jump of the stock price that Stacey captured. If you look at the entry price and you calculate the current stock price, the gain is actually only 9%. So how come Stacey can earn 50% in 3 months? The secret is really Stacey using stock options to multiply her profit while minimizing the risk. Now, a lot of people are not familiar with what stock options are, but simply it's a way to multiply your profits. You can think of it like investing in a real estate with a mortgage. That's probably the easiest way to understand it. But by using stock options, she's able to multiply her return while minimizing her risk. The secret is really finding opportunities where you're 95% confident that you're going to be winning. And this is by combining technical analysis, fundamental analysis, news, and all together. So you can reach that confidence level. Then you want to use stock options to multiply your profit. The purpose of stock options is just a form of leverage. And a lot of people are scared by leverage and they don't know how to use it. So that's why I created a coaching program just to cover how to use long-term investing with stock option. So my name is Eric, and my mission is to help people without a financial background to earn 30% a year from the market using an hour a week through a coaching program called Investing Accelerator. So within this program, you'll actually learn how to use stock options. So if you're interested, you can actually attend the free webinar below called How to Get 30% from the Market. And you can go to this website link called 5minuteinvesting.com/free case study. And then you can attend the webinar and you can schedule a call with me to see if you are a good fit for the program. So that's it for this video, and let me know if you have any questions.